My name is Eliezer and or Mr. Seven Figure Man. I am an online coach. I make money through online sales and I help other students do the same thing. I could be wrong, but you might be someone that might have missed a deal or a sale a while back because you dropped the price too early. You didn't ask the right questions, you didn't get the right information, and when the prospect asks you how much do you charge, you automatically threw a number out there because you were scared. I'm going to tell you what the difference between a professional salesperson and an amateur would do and say in this situation, and hopefully this can help you out. Many times you're going to run into prospects that ask you how much you charge right from the get-go without asking any questions, without knowing about your business, without knowing what you can do for them. Prospects like these are the ones that want direct answers right away, and a lot of people oftentimes get scared and they panic and they drop a price. But your goal as a professional salesperson, as someone that knows what they're doing and you're an expert in your field, you need to know how to guide the customers, the prospects to the right direction, and you're going to gauge the whole entire conversation. You don't let them make the decision. I have done this many times, and I learned this from Dan Lok, but one of the things that he asks when a prospect asks him, how much do you charge? He says, well, that depends. What do you need? What do you feel your business needs? And when I started implementing that into my own business, I started noticing that it changed a lot. People would not try to push you around. People would not try to ask you the price up front. They wouldn't try to get the numbers out. They would just get to know that you were genuine, you were serious about what you did, and they would just go with the flow, and they understood that you were in control of the conversation. So never drop the price without knowing what they need. At the end of the day, the prospects have a problem, you have a solution. If the prospects have a problem that you do not have a solution to, you do not want to drop the price. So how do you know if the prospects have a problem? You ask them questions, you qualify them, you see if they're even fit to work with you, you see if you even have a solution for them. Because you are an expert in your one area, and if they need something fixed that you are not an expert in, then just move on. But first things first is qualify them, ask them the questions, and then you can drop the price at the end if they're the right customer, if they're the right fit, and if that's someone that you want to work with and you feel like it's ready to drop the price. But at the beginning, you would never drop the price because that devalues you and you are never going to get a sale like that. If people are asking you how much do you charge right off the bat, it's because the only decision they're going to make is based off the money. They don't care about what you have to offer. They don't care about any of these things. That's why you have to make it your job to offer the value, show the value of what you do and how it can help them, and find out the pinpoints, find out their problems and how you can fix them. So how do you handle this question? How much do you charge? Well, it's all between timing. Okay, if they ask you this at the beginning, it's going to be a lot different than the end. Let's go through the beginning one first so we can get through this barrier. So at first, if they ask you how much do you charge, what you would say is, well, that depends. It depends on what? Depends on what you need. What is it that you need? And then they're going to start telling you, and you start asking a lot of questions within that, and you gauge the conversation completely from the money to finding out about their problems once again, because that's all it's about. You got to find the problems, you got to create the problems. That is how you get away from the beginning. If you qualify them once again and they seem to be the right fit, then at the end when they ask you how much do you charge, and if it's the right time, then it's going to be a whole different answer. One thing that I learned from Dan Lok, well, I've learned a lot of things from Dan Lok, but the one thing that I want to show you in this video is that at the end, when you drop the price, always follow it with a question. And at first I was kind of scared to do this. I didn't think it would work. Not every single deal closed because of this, but the deals that I'm making, even I think up till yesterday, I closed the deal doing the same exact method. And I promise if you start doing this and you say it confidently and you believe in it, it's going to help you too. So you always want to lead your price drop with a question. You never want to jump into justification mode. You never want to, oh, and this is why it's worth this much. Oh no, this is what I'm going to offer. No, you drop the price, ask a question, silent. Mute your phone if you have to. Mute your phone, but just do not keep talking your way out of the sale. So then at the end, if they ask you, oh, how much do you charge? Oh, my fee's $2,500 a month. How do you feel about that? You just stay quiet. I see what I did there. I led them with the question. I let them make the decision, like, oh, do I want to pay this? Because then if you just drop the price and you don't ask them a question, they might stay in silent and it might be awkward. So lead with the question, and it's going to keep them engaged. It's going to get them to think about it. The other question that you could ask after is, oh, my fee is $2,500 a month. Is that within your budget? And they'll either tell you yes or no. But most oftentimes, once again, if you went through the sales process correctly, if you find out their problems and if they like you and they want to work with you, and the only thing that would stop them is the money, then you ask them, is that within your budget? It's going to make them feel more like you're caring about their situation, and they're going to feel more willing to work with you. This one is the one that is the money maker. So my fee is $2,500 a month. Are you comfortable with spending that kind of money? Silent. I hope that helped. It's always, you got to read the timing, you got to read the customer, you got to read the situation. If they ask you at the beginning, you know where to go from there. If they ask you at the end, drop the price, ask a question, stay silent. Don't go into justification mode, because that is when you're going to overtalk. You're going to talk yourself out of the sale, and they're not going to want to work with you. So ask a question as a professional, because you are a professional, and then guide them to the right direction. I hope this helped you out. Once again, my name is Eliezer, and or Mr. Seven Figure Man. Shoot me a DM on Instagram if you'd like to know a few more things, or if you're struggling with sales. I am helping out quite a few students right now improve their sales skills so they can close more clients, and all of my students have been getting major success. So if they have, I'm sure you can too. Besides that, Mr. Seven Figure Man is out, and we'll talk next time.